And now I completely want to switch gears here and talk about you joining other Democrats to introduce a constitutional amendment on the presidential pardon. Talk to us about it.
What we have seen, and it's not just President Trump, Brittany, this has been a long-standing problem where the pardon power, in my view, is being wildly abused and completely not what the founders intended. President Trump just himself, of course, we've seen him pardon convicted criminals who are narco traffickers and abusers and insurrectionists. And, these have, real consequences, these sorts of pardons for people's confidence in the rule of law and in our institutions. And, it started right when he entered office the second time, Brittany, and he pardoned the January 6th insurrectionists who many of them have gone on to commit more crimes. Some of them are back in jail. He, of course, pardoned the former Honduran president, who is a narco trafficker, at the same time that the administration is saying they want to go after narco traffickers in Venezuela. It's kind of hard to take them at face value when they're also pardoning some of the worst convicted narco traffickers around. And then the other stories of some of the executives who hire, Roger Stone or whoever else is close to the president and wind up, getting a free ride. I think it's very clear that the president is misusing his pardon power more egregiously, perhaps, than any other recent president. And I think it should be prevented, particularly if there are people who are doing business with the president or his family, and in the event that the president wants to pardon himself. So that's where, along with Representative Cohen and Representative Johnson and Lieu, we have a constitutional amendment that would limit the power of the president to just pardon everybody that has conflicts of interest, whether it's financial or family or you name it. And again, Brittany, this is not just a problem with Donald Trump. I acknowledge this problem has gone back a number of presidents of both parties.
To that point, this time last year, I was speaking with Republicans over President Joe Biden's decision to pardon his son, Hunter Biden. That was a sweeping pardon for a decade long. An hour left into his presidency, he also preemptively pardoned his siblings and their spouses. And I know Republicans were speaking up against that then. Are any Republicans joining you on board now?
Not yet, Brittany, but I'm hopeful they will because of what you just said. I don't think this should be partisan. I think it's very clear that we should explicitly prohibit self-pardons, pardons of family members, pardons of administration officials, pardons of campaign employees. This is just fundamentally wrong in my view, and I'd like to think we could get a lot of bipartisan support, and we'll need it because, as you probably know, amending the Constitution is extremely difficult. It'll require 2/3 of the House and Senate and 3/4 of the states. But I think this power has been so abused that we have to get the ball rolling and we have to start talking about how we limit this power.
And to that point, then, who exactly could get pardoned then?
Well, people that don't have those direct conflicts of interest. If you think about presidents of both parties over the years have found those true miscarriages of justice, those people that have truly been wrongfully convicted or where the extent or duration or severity of punishment doesn't meet the underlying offense. And that's why the pardon power is supposed to exist to provide that sort of leverage if the justice system fails an individual to have the president come in as the last arbiter of justice. But this is something far different, what we're seeing with modern presidential history and particularly egregiously in this second Trump administration.
And to that point, what is next for this? Are you going to have conversations with Republicans when you get back from the holidays?
I am absolutely going to have those conversations, and not just about this, Brittany. We have a lot of bipartisan work on our agenda. The other big issue, of course, is banning members of Congress from trading stock. We're making progress on that front as well. But look, I still believe, despite how tough it is, despite how partisan and polarizing our times are, how divisive some of the rhetoric is, including from our president, by the way, that we still can do big things when we work together, and that's always going to be my commitment.